Alright, who's your ex-girlfriend? In solitary confinement. Do you think she killed herself? So she can take over one of these bodies? Please tell me, what's going to happen to poor Iris? If she was to be found guilty, well, I wouldn't accept it. But your testimony, Sister Bikini. I can't help my testimony, I saw what I saw. No, you saw her twin. It's up to a pro lawyer like you to deal with problems like that. I need to tell Edgeworth that she has a twin. When I think about it, I do kind of feel sorry for Mystic Morgan. Why? It wasn't her fault that her sister was a more powerful spirit medium. Yes, so? So she should find a different job. Mystic Morgan just couldn't compete with her sister. Yeah, no, and she shouldn't compete with her sister. It must have been really tough on her. Even so, that doesn't excuse all the things she did. No, of course not. Iris had a twin sister. That's really all I know about her. That and the fact that she was taken away from her mother by her jeweler father. I don't have any idea where she is or what she's doing now. I could tell her. But she'd probably have a coronary and a half. February 9, Hazakura Temple Courtyard. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? No motive, no crime. Sing it with me, no motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Curaine. What? Whoop, I love my job. What? What? Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating is all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost all along the way. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? What letter? Give me the letter, Jesus. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal. But I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean? I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me, I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Then who said it? Mr. Godot. Godot! What did he mean by that? About that letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find a murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt up old letter. Give me the freaking letter already. Burnt up old letter? Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the Inner Temple. Why do you have it? It's evidence! The incinerator! I knew it! I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. what's up with you, pal? I got it right here if you want to take a look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case. Get out of here, Gumshoe, you dumbass. Spirit mediums! Burnt letter added to the court record found by Gumshoe in the inner temple incinerator. It's got to be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I'd better give it a good looking over and some serious thought. Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering is a crime, pal. Oh boy. Alright, let's read the letter. Be careful, once night falls should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Did Morgan... her spirit... Morgan killed herself so she can kill Maya and Misty. Her name is... she is our... A-L? She is our L? The whole... Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is burned, they'll also tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Alright, I think everything's falling into place now. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the Shito that was found impaled on the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yes, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh? Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We've got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? What's this secret weapon of yours? You wanna know? You've gotta think scientifically, okay? Alright. The murder weapon was a sword! Or so you assume. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? So you assume. They don't have to be made of metal. Any questions so far? No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! Metal detector! Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you wanna give scientific investigation a go? Huh, me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Yeah, of course. Come on, pal, it's good fun, I'm telling you. Alright then, I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget, the absolute best! It's so sensitive, you can make it cry. It's so high-tech, you could skydive off it. What? Oh, bother. So now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what we're trying to find out. Right, so first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next, move the detector around and give this courtyard a good look-see, pal. And skipped it. Alright, I just skipped the line. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight too. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here. Don't touch that, pal! Huh? What is it? It's a trap! People set them out to catch us detectives. They're real nasty. A trap? For detectives? You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg? Yeah, those. I got my finger caught in one of those once. Your finger? There was this bit of cheese and it looked so tasty. I reached out and then BAM! I'm not sure I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. There's a trap there? What's this? A pen! Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal. Huh, it's yours. Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces. That makes your detective sound really nasty. It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, pal. Alright. Then don't go losing it. Alright, we found this pen. This looks like a wallet? Aha! That's where it's been. Is it yours, detective? I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it. But you still dropped it anyway. Yeah, but now I found it again, pal. Your wallet is completely empty. Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore. Then how come the metal detector picked it up? Must be because of the bell, I guess. That's odd. This slate is made of plastic. It says bikini number 1 on the side. Maybe there's something under it. Hey, what's this? A badge? Aha! I've been hunting high and low for that. It's yours, detective? That thing's priceless to a guy like me, pal. A cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad I put that dime in there now. How'd you manage to drop your badge here of all places? I know, I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around with the sled and... Stop right there. I don't need to hear anymore. He was playing around with the sled. Wait, there's metal on the staff? This is Miss Donham's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they are usually made of wood. But the detector is reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing is made of wood, right? Is that actually a sword? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it? It's weird that this thing is causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the... Ah! The top is coming off. Look what you've done! You've damaged a really important piece of evidence. Ah! Holy crap, it's a sword. That's a sword inside the staff. The staff is a sword? Misty has been walking around with a giant sword the whole time? Why? Why? Isn't she like a cleric class? Can she even use swords? She's not a warrior class. Is this... could it be? The murder weapon! There's no blood on it. I'd never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword. Or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how the Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Why is there no blood on it, and why was it sheathed? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. Is it? It's about the same length as the Shichishito too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. It's gonna be a time. Wait up, detective! Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know. You're going to get that stuff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please! Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh, how so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cabin right now and... well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. No, it's fine. Maya didn't kill Misty. It's the evil twin. The evil twins that killed Misty. You don't think Maya's been murdered? Please, detective, let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cabin. You're looking kind of viridian there. Okay, just stop with it with that face, pal. One thing though. This staff's secret trick, let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff, you got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry, she'll be fine. Gumshoe? You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure, thanks. Victim staff retrieved from Detective Gumshoe for safekeeping. Has a sword hidden inside. No one knows this except me and Detective Gumshoe. I can't help but wonder, though, what was Elise Donham doing with a staff like this in the first place? She was here to kill Iris! Well, she lost the sword fight, so it didn't help her. Like, at all. We don't know whose blood that is. Who do we try to unlock first? February 9, Heavenly Hall. I was expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I have to check back later. Alright, so we don't talk to Pearls first. Garden? I need to tell him there's a twin. Hey Edgeworth, did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious! Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler! Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? She's the evil twin. Look, this evil twin thing, it's a little cliched. It's a little cliched. Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Except she's not... Is she her real sister, or is she the adopted sister? Because Valerie is not Morgan's sister. I mean, not Morgan's daughter. She's adopted. Her sister... Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood-related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Oh, she is. She definitely is. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. Oh. Oh, she's Edgeworth, she's connected with this case. Especially because she's dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right, I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Yeah, she got her. Mia Fey! At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was sentenced to death? What? She was executed last month. Executed! I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. Oh. So, you killed one of Morgan's daughters. And her other daughter, no, her 2 other daughters are here. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Curain channeling technique. Did you say Curain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the Korean channeling technique is real. Can I tell her? Can I tell him that... Do I also tell him that Elise is Misty Faye? Another victim we know nothing about, same as always. I hope you'll tell me if you know something about our mystery woman, right? I know that Elise Donham was no ordinary visitor to the temple, but her true identity could be a useful weapon for the defense. And I can't give that away just like that, okay? Dahlia Hawthorne. Iris. Oh, the hair color's different? She dyes her hair. I see. You and your evil twin. Someone channeled the evil twin. The question is, was it Pearl or was it Iris? Iris says she has no special powers. Iris says that she has no spiritual powers. So it would only be Pearl who channeled the evil twin. The night of the crime. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. She was in her room meditating. She was in her room channeling. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too. But I can't, because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Why do we have to go through all this again? I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. No, she was channeling her sister. Bikini saw her sister. Sister Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hazakura temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early, so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple, so I would have left at about 9:40 PM, I think. How could you have left, but also rung the lights out bell at 10? Come on. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now you say you left the main hall at 9:40 PM, but what you say doesn't add up with this. Yeah, her testimony, there you go. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Ah. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me. Mr. Wright. We even spoke a little in that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. Do you? Or was it your sister? And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. One of them was Pearl channeling her. Her sister. One of them is her, one of them is Pearl channeling her sister. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time, which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy! How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible! Impossible? I wonder. The way you are trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence! Show me something that proves that there's more than one of me. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? Ah! That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne, a woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. Why is that so... Is he sorry? And is she thankful? I don't think he's really sorry. And I don't think she's really thankful. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you, who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, it was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. And she's a murdering psychopath. I know that much. But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead! Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Kurain channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Ah!